Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we've gathered a really fascinating stack of sources. They deal with two big forces shaping your life right now.
Yeah, definitely.
One is how these digital platforms we use every day are changing, maybe even, decaying.
Mm-hmm.
And the other is about managing your own money, strategic, intentional financial management.
They seem like really different topics on the surface, don't they?
They do. But they're both about, I think, understanding these complex systems
Mm-hmm.
and figuring out how to sort of take back some control within them.
Exactly. Finding some agency.
Okay, let's unpack this.
It's a really essential pairing for today, I think, because one set of these sources, it diagnoses the decay of these external systems like the internet,
Right. Things outside of us.
and the other gives you the internal strategy you need for personal financial strength. So our mission today is to move beyond just that general feeling of, frustration.
Which we all feel sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. And instead, arm you with the specific mechanics. What's really going on, whether it's in your digital life or in your wallet.
Okay, so let's start where I think most people feel that daily friction, the internet. We're diving into a pretty deep critique here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book Enshittification, Why Everything Suddenly Got Worse and What to Do About It by Cory Doctorow.
Mm-hmm.
Falls under popular culture.
Right. And what's fascinating here is Doctorow didn't just write, another rant about the internet sucks now. We all kind of feel that way sometimes.
Yeah, that feeling's common.
He actually gave that feeling a name, Enshittification.
Catchy.
It is. And more importantly, he provided this specific, predictable four-step life cycle. It explains why the services that maybe once felt amazing, even magical,
The early days?
are now turning into, and this is his phrase, quote, giant piles of shit.
Wow. Okay, so it's a diagnosis. It's not just complaining.
Exactly. It's a specific model.
And he shows how a platform goes from being great for users to something else entirely, something hostile, designed just for extraction.
Precisely. The core of his argument, based on the source material, is that platforms tend to follow this four-part life cycle. And it's driven by the need to maximize shareholder value once they get big, once they hit that monopoly status.
Okay, break down those 4 steps for us.
Sure. Step 1. The platform makes these magical promises. It delivers amazing value to users, often at a loss, just to get you locked in.
Get you hooked, like
Yeah.
those early days of social media or search engines.
Exactly. Cheap, fast, catered to you. Then step 2, once you, the users, are locked in, the platform pivots. It starts turning on the users to please its business customers.
It advertisers the sellers.
Right. The third parties, that's when your feed fills up with junk or your searches feel compromised somehow.
Okay, so they shift the experience away from serving me, the user, towards serving the people paying the bills.
That's just stage 2. And yeah, it gets worse. Step 3. Once those business customers are also locked in, the platform then starts abusing them.
Squeezing the businesses too.
Yep. Clawing back all the value for itself. They jack up fees. They bury your content unless you pay to promote it, maybe throttle services.
Okay, wow.
And step 4, well, the platform ultimately dies, or starts to, because it's alienated everyone, users and businesses. The service quality just plummets, and anyone left starts looking for the exit.
That model, that structural decay,
Yeah.
it makes so much sense of that feeling we have. It really articulated something.
It really did.
I mean, the American Dialect Society named Enshittification its 2023 Word of the Year. It's huge.
Incredible, isn't it?
And it apparently inspired the 2025 season of Black Mirror. That shows you how deeply this idea hit the mainstream. It went from a niche critique to like a cultural meme almost.
And that's the real power here, I think. Doctorow doesn't just leave us feeling depressed about this, inevitable and shittified fate.
Good, because it sounds pretty bleak.
Right. He moves the conversation beyond just things getting worse by showing the specific decisions that led to each stage, who made them. He shows, and this is key, how they can be undone.
Ah, so there's agency there too.
Yeah.
Actionability.
Exactly. It suggests change can come if you understand the mechanism of control. You're not just subject to it.
That idea of external pressure, these big systems designed to extract value, it's actually a really good bridge to how we think about the market, isn't it?
It really is.
If these digital machines are built to take our time and attention, maybe we need that same kind of radical intentionality when it comes to maximizing the value of our money.
Mm-hmm. Shifting from defense to offense, in a way.
Yeah. So let's shift gears from digital platforms to the financial markets. With How to Make Money in Any Market by Jim Cramer, stock market investing genre.
Cramer. of course. A very, very visible figure.
Can't miss him.
Host of CNBC's Mad Money for, what, 20 seasons now?
At least. And Squawk on the Street, the investing club.
Yeah, his perspective comes from decades, right in the thick of it. Market ups, market downs.
And the source material really highlights who this guide is for. It says basically everyone, except for the 1% of the 1%.
Right.
He wants to change the fact that most people, even if they have some savings, they just don't know how to strategically grow that money in the stock market.
His goal is pretty straightforward, but vital. Empower investors. Help them get over the fear, the paralysis that often comes with market swings.
Understand what's really driving things.
Exactly. So you can invest in the right growth and income stocks. And crucially, he frames this guidance as working no matter how small your starting amount is.
Okay.
And he claims it works, quote, in any market.
Okay, hold on. That phrase, in any market, bull, bear, sideways, that sounds like a really bold claim.
It does.
We always hear past performance is no guarantee of future results.
Yeah.
So what's his method? How does he claim to transcend the market cycle?
Yeah, that's a fair question. And I think that's the core difference he tries to emphasize. He argues against focusing just on those big macro predictions. Will the market go up or down? Because, let's face it, those are often wrong.
Often spectacularly wrong, yeah.
Instead, the book really stresses that consistent success comes from deep, fundamental analysis, like really digging into companies, not just reading headlines.
So finding those right stocks, what does that mean in practice?
For Kramer, it means training yourself to spot what he calls C-suite clues, understanding which companies actually have, proprietary products, real sustainable cash flow.
Things that last.
Exactly. And management teams that are genuinely aligned with shareholders, not just, feathering their own nests.
Okay. Less about market timing, more about company quality.
Precisely. And part of his strategy leans into recognizing things like sector rotation.
Wow.
How money flows from one part of the economy to another.
Like from tech to energy or something.
Yeah. Or when people get scared, money often flows towards safer, predictable, maybe dividend-yielding stocks, income stocks. When everyone's optimistic, it might rush into high-growth tech, those FA&G stocks perhaps.
Gotcha.
The key principle, though, is the analysis of those shifts and the fundamentals of the companies you pick. That method, he argues, stays constant, whether the overall market chart is pointing up and down. It's about being strategic, not just reacting.
That makes a lot more sense. It's a mindset shift, isn't it? You start trying to guess the tide and start looking for the strongest ships no matter the weather.
Well put, yeah.
Okay, so Kramer teaches us the mechanics, how to strategically acquire and grow wealth within that external market machine. But what happens once we have some wealth? That's where our final book comes in, right? It tackles the internal machine, our own decision-making.
Exactly. This is the art of spending money. Simple Choices for a Richer Life by Morgan Housel. It's personal finance, but with a heavy focus on behavioral stuff.
And Housel has serious cred here, too. The Psychology of Money was huge.
Massive bestseller. And this new one really shifts the focus. It moves away from the complexity of the market right onto the complexity of, ourselves.
How so?
He argues, pretty persuasively, I think, that while we pour tons of energy into learning how to make money...
Investing, earning, saving.
Right. Most of us are actually terrible at learning how to spend it effectively.
Really? How can you be bad at spending?
Because, he says, we're driven by the wrong things. External validation, flawed ideas about what actually makes us happy.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. He points out that our spending habits, they're often based on confusion, like deep confusion.
Tell me more.
We confuse admiration with envy. We think people admire our fancy car, but maybe they just envy it or don't care at all.
Okay.
We confuse comfort with excess, thinking we need way more than we actually do to feel secure or comfortable. And we confuse utility, what something does with status, what it signals.
That's insightful.
So we end up chasing things just to impress other people, which leaves us, perpetually unsatisfied. Or we just save and save out of fear.
And never actually use the money.
Yeah. Never spend it on things that could genuinely improve our daily lives or buy us time, which is maybe the most valuable thing.
It's pure behavioral finance, isn't it? Looking at the why behind our money choices.
Totally.
And the book explicitly states it doesn't provide, detailed budgets or quick money hacks.
No spreadsheets.
Nope. Its sole purpose is to help you fundamentally understand and then reshape your relationship with money so it becomes a tool for a richer life, but one that's defined by you, not by what society expects.
So what are the core ideas the Pillars Housel gives us for achieving that kind of clarity? How do we get there?
Okay, well, one huge takeaway is his argument about the highest value you can get from wealth. It's not actually more wealth.
No. What is it then?
It's much simpler, he says, and more durable. Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
That, he argues, is the ultimate ROI, the most valuable return on investment.
Wow.
He also really emphasizes that your expectations matter far more than your income level.
How does that work?
Well, think about it. Someone earning, say, $50,000 a year, but who's content, whose expectations are managed, they can actually be wealthier in terms of happiness.
Than someone earning 10 times that.
Yeah, than someone earning $500,000 who's perpetually frustrated because they can't quite keep up with their social circle's extravagant lifestyle. It's the gap between reality and expectation.
So success with money, it has way less to do with tracking every penny in a spreadsheet and much more to do with how well you know yourself, your real values, what actually matters to you deep down.
Absolutely. It's about self-awareness. And that leads to the final key insight, which is all about intentionality, being deliberate.
Intentionality in spending.
Yes. The goal isn't just getting the most stuff out of what you have. It's focusing on, and this is a quote, learning to want what's worth wanting.
Learning to want what's worth wanting. Unpack that a little.
It means being able to tell the difference between genuine utility, like the real comfort and function of having a reliable car that gets you safely where you need to go.
Okay. Practical value.
It versus the status signaling.
Yeah.
Chasing the most expensive brand mainly for that momentary hit of admiration, maybe envy, from strangers. Distinguishing true value from perceived value.
That's a really powerful distinction. Okay, so Kramer helps us understand how to acquire wealth by navigating the market structure.
Right, the external game.
But Housel teaches us how to use that wealth to define and build a genuinely happier life, bringing that intentionality to how we spend, how we consume the internal game.
It brings everything full circle, doesn't it?
It really does.
In both the digital world Doctorow describes and the financial world Kramer and Housel explore, the real challenge seems to be moving beyond just reacting to the system.
Whether it's the algorithm or the market.
Exactly. And instead, choosing a path that's rooted in your own awareness and intentionality.
So what does this all mean? We spent time today really digging into two fundamental areas of modern life that, let's face it, constantly need attention.
For sure.
First, we got some clarity on those structural failings in the digital world, understanding Doctorow's 4 steps of Enshittification.
Yep, naming the beast.
And second, we got clarity on what's needed for financial well-being, moving from Kramer's market acquisition strategies to Housel's more behavioral utilization principles, how to use money well.
And if we connect this back to the bigger picture for you, the listener, the common thread running through all 3 of these sources is really about reclaiming agency. Taking back control. Whether you're dealing with platforms designed to grab your attention and value, or learning how to invest strategically, or optimizing your spending for actual happiness. The first step is always identifying the underlying decisions.
Who made them? Why?
Exactly. And crucially, how they can be changed or maybe unmade by you, by your choices.
That leads to a really interesting final thought, doesn't it?
I think so. It raises an important question for you, the listener, to maybe mull over.
Okay, let's hear it.
If Housel is right, if peace of mind truly is the highest financial return, how much time are you currently spending tracking your stock investments, checking the market, versus how much time are you spending tracking your own self-awareness, understanding what truly brings you peace of mind?